I am going to walk you through this layout I'm making today of my little Eli getting ready for New Year's Eve. And I'm starting, I just went through a bunch of my stash. I'm not really using a kit for this layout. I'm starting with, I really wanted to use this striped background paper. I thought it was pretty colorful. It's basic gray, bow ties, and it's called Green Light, and I'm going to use that for my background paper. And then I'm going to use a piece of this orange paper here, and that is from the Hey Boy stack, also from Basic Gray. And then I'm not actually going to use this paper at all. I'm playing around with it. I really wanted the layout to be pretty colorful because of the photo that I'm using. So I'm just kind of playing around with some things here, and this is some mulberry paper from the paper studio that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to use it as a layer on this layout. So I'm just going to cover up the majority of that background paper, but still let enough of it show that you can see the colorfulness of the background paper. And then I'm going to use that piece of corrugated paper, and that is from Canvas Home Basics, and it's called Flute Tiles. And again, I'm just playing around with all of the papers that I have on my desk to see what I'm going to use, but I'm pretty much set on the flute paper, the orange paper, and this black background paper, this mulberry paper. And I don't use my tape runner adhesive on mulberry paper because for me, as the tape is running across it, it just kind of pulls the fibers up, so it doesn't work that well for me. So I use this that sticky tape. Oh, there I'm using Scotch double-sided scrapbooking tape, but most of the time I'll use that red, very sticky tape. And I crunched up that mulberry paper in my hands just to give it a little bit of texture. And because I put the adhesive on all four corners, or all four sides, excuse me, of that mulberry paper, it doesn't really stick up that much, but it does give it a nice little piece, a little bit of texture. And now I'm going to lay this orange paper down and that tile flute, and I'm going to cut my photo down just a little bit so that it actually fits on that tile flute, because that tile there is actually 6x6, and that photo was taken in it was taken 4x6. So I wanted to cut it down a little bit so it would fit. I have these wood veneers that came in a couple of Scraptastic kits, and I like it says Good Vibes. And I like that, but because it's going to go on that flute paper, I thought it was getting a little lost, or it was a little too... Well, it was a couple of things. One, I knew I needed some more black on this layout with that big black layer of that mulberry paper. So I'm going to use some Black Soot Distress ink to color that Good Vibes, and then I'm going to lay it vertically there next to the photo. And I thought I was going to matte my photo, but I actually decide not to do that. I just go ahead and because it wasn't giving me enough contrast, but I think Eli has enough color on him that the main portions of the photo are actually sticking out pretty well. I thought about using this clip from Freckled Fawn that said 2015, since this was taken on New Year's Eve, but I ended up not doing that. There's a lot of things on here I end up not doing. But I thought I was going to use that, but it's too white. Everything on this layout is pretty cream-based, and that clip is just a little too white. I'm playing, I don't use tape runner adhesive again when I'm putting photos on top of this corrugated paper, because it doesn't tend to stick. So I'm using some Ranger adhesive strips to put that photo down. And then I'm going to use, Lord only knows, I'm going to use this Scotch adhesive to put this Good Vibes down. And I put too much adhesive on the back of this. Because I always do. But that's okay, because it dries clear, so you can't even tell. And because it's not glossy accents, it dries matte as well. So, yeah, I got a little bit of glue on my photo there. Not good. But just put a little baby. I just took a little baby wipe and lightly sort of wiped that off, and it worked. Again, I really want to use that 2015, but I can't make it work on this layout. It's not the 2015 that's wrong; it's the color. And look, more ink. Because that Good Vibes is not dry, I didn't take the time to dry it, so it's still got ink all over it. So yeah. but that's okay. I just use a little baby wipe, tried to wipe it off. It doesn't wipe off, so whatever. I love these letter stickers. They are from Making Memories. They are called Puffy Alpha stickers in black. They are like 1,010,000 years old. And I just love them. And every time I see them, like Joanne still has them sometimes because they're old. Joanne still has them sometimes. These are probably of all time. In the whole 7 years I've been scrapbooking, these are probably my favorite letter stickers ever. They're kind of, I don't know, I just love them. And not all of them are, like, you don't get like a capital and a lowercase in every letter. So you have to be careful when you're using them. Like, you know, you have to be careful when you're using them because if you want everything to be uppercase or everything to be lowercase, you have to be careful because not every letter is provided that way, so it's quite interesting. As you know, I have this bin of wood veneers sitting on my desk, and I'm just running through it to see what I want to use on this layout, and I decide I'm going to use that number 4 so that my title turns out to be Time for a Party, but I don't want the A. The A obviously can't be on that black mulberry paper, so I need to just move my title over. There, it's perfect. I'm just going to use my tape runner to put that 4 down. I think that 4 is either from Freckled Fawn or Studio Calico. I'm not sure. I thought about using that Hey, but that doesn't work. And I don't actually use any of this Highline collection from Basic Gray. And then I have those chipboard from, I don't know, those chipboard stickers there are just from that I don't know, when you go to Joann's and they have those sort of inexpensive, like, embellishment packs and stuff, I don't remember, I don't use them. Bottom line, I don't use them, so it doesn't matter who made them. Here's the wood veneer. I had some brads out I thought I was going to use and don't end up using any of them. I have this little glass bowl on my desk that I've just tossed kit die cuts in, and I don't end up using any of that. Like, I don't have a plan, you know? And because this was a very colorful layout, I thought that I would add those. Those are those chipboard that I was talking about. And I thought, you know, it's a very colorful layout, so I'm going to use this colorful chipboard. And I actually end up taking them all off and don't use any of them. And like I said, I can't remember who makes them because I don't end up using them on the layout. This is a die cut that I've been struggling to use for a long time from Scraptastic. And it just kind of worked here. I really liked it. It's kind of funky looking, and I just kind of liked how it filled in that space above that Good Vibes. So I'm actually going to use that, and I'm going to use a piece of flare that has some black stripes on it with a little gold heart. You might be able to see it better in the full photo, but you can't really see it here because it's glaring. But so I have to it's a little bit funny to put this down because it's going on top of that corrugated paper on the right-hand side and then on just regular cardstock on the left-hand side. So I have to try to figure out how and where to put the dimensional adhesive underneath of this so that it sits correctly. So that's all I'm doing here. And I don't want the adhesive to show, obviously, so I'm just trying to figure out where it's got to go underneath that wood veneer die cut, I guess. And that's going to take forever, but I eventually figure it out. And then on the other side, I probably just use my tape runner adhesive to put it down on that corrugated, or I may not use it at all. Oh, right. I'm going to use this Tombow Mono multi-glue. That's not the multi-glue, that's actually just the liquid glue. On the one side, because again, putting stuff down on corrugated paper is kind of difficult because you don't have a lot of surface area for the glue to attach to. So I like to use liquid glue or that very sticky tape. And now I just have to pull the back off of all of my dimensional adhesive and then figure out how I wanted that to sit again, and there we go. So that's probably the longest part of this entire layout, was trying to get that on there. And then I'm going to put that flare down. And then I use that other flare. You can see it in the upper right-hand corner by Eli's head. It says number 1. That's also a Scraptastic flare. I'm going to take some of these Pebbles stickers. This is from the Pebbles Phrase and Accents from the Party collection. And I'm also going to use some Jelly Bean Soup coordinating label stickers from Birthday Bisque to add some sentiments on here. One says celebrate, one says this is my fave. I'm going to use yeah, I'm just putting down that number 1 flare there. I already mentioned that I'm going to put that on the layout. And then here's that, this is my fave, little arrow sticker. And then I just put that up on some dimensional adhesive to give it a little bit of depth. And then here's those jelly bean soup stickers that I'm talking about, and I do end up using some of them, but not that one. I thought about using the stars, but then decided not to. Back to my wood veneer shapes here. I'm going to end up picking out a flag that says hello. It's like a banner flag. I'm not going to use that star. It's a little banner flag that will say hello. And I thought about using some stars, but I actually take them up off the layout as well. And there's a little one that says yay, and I got rid of that one. A lot of this layout is just trying to figure out, because I don't have a plan when I start, so it's just a matter of, well, what's on my desk, what's around me that I can use, and here's that flag banner that I was talking about that says hello, and I'm going to use that because I'm going to make part of the title Hello 2015, and so I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to figure out what I want to use for the 2015. Still looking at things. I have 3 drawers on my desk that keep extra kit stuff that I get in the kit that I don't use during the month. I just kind of toss in these bins. And so one of them is wood veneers, one of them is die cuts, and the other one is like dimensional embellishments, plastics and cork and things like that. So I'm just going through that, and then I'm going to put that away, trying to figure out what else I want to use on this layout. I'm looking through everything that is on my desk. I should have probably cut a lot of this out. But I do come across these freckled fawn stickers. And they have this nice, like, really sparkly gold. And one of them says 100% awesome. And I use that above that star wood veneer up there. This one is a little scalloped border strip that I use below the corrugated thing. And then there are some stars in there too that I'm going to sprinkle around the layout, but I'm going to take that one star that I put on the photo off because I like this word celebrate, and I'm going to lay that down across the bottom of the photo. This word celebrate in that very sparkly gold, and then that gold star that I pulled off of the photo I'm going to use somewhere else. I'm just going to sprinkle these little star gold things around. There we go, and now I think I'm going to go off now. Yeah, I was thinking about using the same font for the 2015 that I used for the 4 that's in the title, and that would have worked great, except for the fact that I must have used some of those numbers somewhere else because I didn't have all of the numbers for 2015. And now I'm off looking at letter stickers to see which ones I'm going to use for this layout, and hopefully this won't take very long. I remember struggling with this a bit. I made this layout on January the 24th. I'm narrating this video on February 14th. So, you know, it takes me a little while to remember what I did because it's been so long ago. I'm still off looking for those stickers, the letter stickers. It took me an hour to make this layout, so even with the back and forth of trying to figure out what I wanted to put on this layout to embellish, it wasn't very long. I mean, it typically takes me about an hour to make a layout. I'm going to end up using these American Craft thickers in the Meadow font, and the color, of course, is gold, so it pulls more of that gold in. And I'm just going to lay the 2015 down there. And after I do this, I'm going to do some journaling. I thought about just putting like the apostrophe 15. I'm going to pull that up and actually put the 2 and the 0 on there as well. Just like that, because I didn't think I wanted that 2 to extend out into that colorful paper. Excuse me one second. I have a really bad head cold right now. It's driving me nuts, and I have to fly tomorrow, so that should be fun. Did a little bit of journaling that just said Eli was ready to celebrate the new year long before midnight struck. Noisemakers, hats, and lays, all part of the fun. I'm going to take this little black sticker off of this Pebbles thing and put it right above that little gold sticker that says, okay, so now I'm playing with this blue one, but I'm going to take that black one and stick it up there above that little gold sticker. This is 100% awesome, and it just says celebrate, so it brings that word up and adds something to that upper right-hand corner that was looking a little bit bare to me. And I have to honestly tell you, I'm still playing around with this layout, but I think it's done. I don't really think I use anything else. I'm looking around on my desk for other things, but I don't think I add anything else to it. in looking at what's on the screen right now and then going back and looking at what I have in front of me, I don't think that I add anything else to it. And I don't know where I've gone now. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Here's a final look at the layout, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it was a little bit scatterbrained, but hopefully the next one will be better as I get back in the groove of doing these every so often. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a good day. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.